friends, I'm Akash, and a hearty welcome to my YouTube channel's Geography Made Easy series. Today, we'll be learning about Antigua and Barbuda in this series, but before we go into details, I want to request you to please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to hit the notification bell for new videos. The official name of the country is about Antigua and Barbuda, and the people who live in Antigua and Barbuda are called Antiguans and Barbudans. The location, Antigua and Barbuda, is an island sovereign state, so it's an island, located in the West Indies region between the Caribbean Sea and the North Atlantic Ocean. As you can tell from its name, Antigua and Barbuda consists of two major islands, Antigua and Barbuda. These islands are separated by about 39 miles, and the country also has a number of nearby smaller islands, such as the island of Redonda. It's about 2.5 times the size of Washington, D.C., and the capital of the country is St. John's, which is also the largest port in the city. All Saints is the next largest town within just 5 miles of the capital, and another city right here, Codrington, is the largest town on Barbuda Island. Antigua and Barbuda is divided into 6 parishes and 2 dependencies. The 6 parishes are all on the island of Antigua, and the 2 dependencies are Barbuda and Redonda, each separate islands in their own right. As you can hear right now, the national anthem of Antigua and Barbuda is playing, so let's talk about the flag. The current national flag of Antigua and Barbuda was adopted on February 27, 1967, to mark achievement of self-governance from the British. The flag consists of a horizontal tricolor of black, blue, and white, with the blue stripe also being half the width of the other 2. There's a yellow rising half sun above the blue stripe, and as it turns out, there's also 2 red right triangles on both sides of the flag that meet together in the bottom center. The rising sun symbolizes the dawning of a new era. The black stands for the African ancestry, the blue for hope, and the red for energy of the people. The successive coloring of yellow, blue, and white also stand for the sun, sea, and the sand, part of the beaches that the country is famous for. Its population is 98,180, as per the 2020 estimate, with 97% of the population being resident on Antigua and the remainder on all the other islands. The majority of the people are Christian, 77%, Anglicans, part of the Church of England, being the largest single denomination. Rastafari, Islam, and Baha'i are the other religions that people follow in the country. By the way, there's a quiz at the end of this video. It asks you some of the questions on what you've learned in this video. So if you pay attention, then you're going to get all the answers right at the quiz at the end of this video. Now, moving on. The currency is the Eastern Caribbean dollar, or XCD. $1 US is roughly equal to 2.7 XCD as of the time we're filming this video. The official language is English. Antigua and Barbuda is a former British colony, so you guessed it, the language is English. It also explains why 77% of the population is Anglican, because that is the official Church of England. The country is a unitary parliamentary representative democratic monarchy, and the head of state is the monarch, Queen Elizabeth II of England, who is represented by the Governor General as its vice-regal representative. The head of the government, meanwhile, is the Prime Minister, and the Parliament of Antigua and Barbuda consists of Her Majesty the Queen of England, the Senate, and the House of Representatives. Antigua and Barbuda is a member of the United Nations, the Bolivarian Alliance for the Americas, the Commonwealth of Nations, the Caribbean Community, the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, the Organization of American States, and Eastern Caribbean's regional security system. Tourism dominates Antigua and Barbuda's economy, accounting for nearly 60% of the country's GDP and 40% of its investment. Antigua, in particular, is famous for its many luxury resorts, being an ultra-high-end travel destination. Investment banking and financial services also make up an important part of the economy. The dual island nation's agricultural production is mostly focused on the domestic market, and it's constrained by limited water supply and a labor shortage. Both islands lack adequate amounts of fresh groundwater, and manufacturing comprises enclave-type assembly for export, with major products being bedding, handicrafts, and electronic components. Like other countries in the Caribbean region, Antigua's economy, based on tourism, was severely hit by effects of the global economic recession in 2009 and the hurricanes Irma and Maria in 2017. The 2018 nominal GDP estimate is about $1.61 billion, and the per capita income is roughly $17,464. Antigua and Barbuda exports majorly to Poland, Cameroon, the US, and the UK, and it imports from the US, China, Singapore, Germany, and Spain. Both main islands of Antigua and Barbuda are generally low-lying islands whose terrain has become influenced more by limestone formations than volcanic activity. The shorelines of both islands are greatly indented, with many natural harbors, lagoons, and beaches. The islands are rimmed by reefs and shoals. And being in the Caribbean region, Antigua and Barbuda experiences tropical maritime climate. Low humidity and comfortable temperatures averaging about 23 degrees Celsius in the winter to 30 degrees Celsius in the summer, and fall favors the tourism industry. The coolest period is from December to February. There is little precipitation, however, because of the island's low elevations. The rainfall averages about 100 centimeters per year. Hurricanes strike on an average of once a year. The highest point in Antigua and Barbuda is Boggy Peak at 402 meters. Boggy Peak was renamed Mount Obama in 2009 to honor the 44th US President, Barack Obama, and recognize him as a symbol of Black achievement. But it was changed back to the traditional name Boggy Peak on June 21st, 2016. The lowest point is indeed the Atlantic Ocean. The country's internet top-level domain, or TLD code, is .ag, and they drive on the left side of the road, being a former British colony. The international telephone country code is +268, and Antigua and Barbuda has only one time zone, GMT -4 hours. The most popular sport in Antigua and Barbuda is cricket. As a former British colony, people here are crazy about this English game. Internationally, Antigua and Barbuda play for the West Indies cricket team. Antigua hosted 8 matches at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium during the 2007 ICC World Cup. Soccer is also a very popular sport in Antigua. The island of Antigua was first explored by Christopher Columbus in 1493 when he came to the Americas, and he named it for the Church of Santa Maria la Antigua. Then Britain colonized Antigua in 1632 and Barbuda in 1678. Antigua and Barbuda attained self-governance in 1967 and full independence from the United Kingdom on November 1st, 1981. The culture is predominantly a mixture of West African and British cultural influences. Because of its beautiful beaches and resorts, Antigua and Barbuda became a vacation spot, and therefore tourism is the major source of the economy. The 2009 economic recession and the 2017 hurricanes seriously damaged the economy, but the country is trying to recover with new investor programs like the Economic Citizenship Program. Now, you have learned all about Antigua and Barbuda. Now, it's quiz time. I'm going to ask you 5 questions about what you have just learned. And your first question is, when did Antigua and Barbuda fully gain independence? Your second question is, what is the most popular sport in Antigua and Barbuda? Your third question is, what is the official language of Antigua and Barbuda? Your fourth question is, what is the currency of Antigua and Barbuda? And finally, your fifth question is, what is the highest peak in Antigua and Barbuda? For convenience, the answers are located in the description below if you want to check if you're right. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you like my videos, then make sure to subscribe and don't forget to click the bell icon so you don't miss my new videos every time I upload. Once again, thanks so much for watching. Love you, Akash.